Sorry, I'll just be a sec. I'm filming a podcast.
How y'all get in here anyway?
What's that? I got a key from Miss Borelli. Thank you. That's never happened before. Okay. I think we're filming. Will, welcome to the show again for the second time.
It's great to be here again.
Great to be back. Yeah. Last time we filmed, there was a problem with the camera, and the video did not save. So, Will has graciously offered to come back a second time. So, glad you're back. How have you been? Last time you were here, we talked about, basically we talked about your interests, and then I asked you the question, what are you known for at WJ? Could you answer that?
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a broken record. I guess I won't because there's no video the first time.
That's true. No video evidence.
No evidence that ever happened. I don't know what I'm known for. I don't talk to people about what they know me for, but I'd say either math or politics, which I said last time. Maybe meditating. Like I meditate, and it depends how well someone knows me or how someone knows me.
Right.
Because I meditate at lunch under this tree outside.
Really?
And yeah, some people know only that about me. Not very many people.
Right.
And some people only know that I'm political because they like see my Instagram story, and some people only know that I am into math because I'm vice president of the math team. It's in my bio on
Right.
Instagram. So
Why do you meditate?
I'm a secular Zen Buddhist.
Really?
Yeah, it has general, mental health benefits. But
Right.
I think non-attachment is good for promoting inner peace and sort of concentration.
Is that a Buddhist principle that like try to be detached from your surroundings and you'll be happier?
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I don't know a lot of Buddhist people. Can you tell me a little more about why you were drawn to Buddhism?
Yeah, I don't know, the first time I saw it, I think I was looking at this like psychiatrist on YouTube, I don't remember who mentioned something about Buddhism, or was looking at a study on meditation, and then I looked into Buddhism more and Buddhist beliefs, bought some books, watched lectures, whatever.
Right.
And part of it, I definitely don't believe. I don't think that there's any rebirth. I think that's kind of
Right.
silly. That's why I say I'm a secular Buddhist, because I just no.
Right.
And I don't believe that there's any sort of spiritual karma.
Okay.
But and sometimes I hesitate to call myself a Buddhist for two reasons. One, because I don't believe like a good at least 50% of Buddhism. Like I just don't believe.
Right.
And then another reason I hesitate is because it's kind of oxymoronic to label yourself as something where you try to not have any labels.
Okay.
It's like
That's
weird. Yeah.
That is kind of interesting.
Yeah, to identify with the idea that you don't want an identity, which is actually a huge problem there. Like egos about not having an ego.
Is that like a principle in Buddhism? I'm not very educated on Buddhism. Is it like try not to be attached to anything, but also try to be not really exempt, but to not have any labels?
Yeah, there's sort of one and the same. If you're attached to something, the term usually uses ego, but not in the colloquial sense of
Right.
you have a big or small ego, more in the like
in
well,
general.
Obviously spiritual sense, yeah. But
Yeah.
kind of clinical where it's like sense of self.
Okay.
Having a sense of self and being attached to things, being attached to labels about yourself, seem kind of like the same thing. I mean, if you don't care about what characteristics you have or who you are to an extent, then it's kind of hard to have a sense of who you are.
Right. I mean, what are some things that you struggle to distance yourself from?
Everything.
Everything. It's
Everything.
hard.
I mean, no, it's because like, it's a natural human tendency. It's
Right.
a very there are people in Buddhism who try to appeal to big audiences and say that it's like the natural state of humans to be detached, but like that's obviously not true.
Yeah.
From birth, like we're attached to a lot of things, and attachment is a very important part of our lives. So yeah, I mean it's a pretty inhuman
View.
state to be in.
Yeah.
To be detached. That's not. Yeah.
But I mean, what are there some things that you would like to be attached to, or you think that are still important to be attached to, even if they cause pain, they cause suffering?
It's a good question. I would say no. I think you can enjoy things without being attached to them. There's some like term in Buddhism, maybe Hinduism. I don't know what it is,
Right.
but it essentially means holding something gently. Like if you're not clinging to something, you're holding it in your
Right.
hand, but with a loose grip, so it could slip
Right.
out. I think you can enjoy things without being attached to them. Like you could. I think it's hard, and
Right.
it's not necessarily true for everything, but in general, I would say.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So like, don't like desperately cling on to something, but because it's present in your life and because it's here now, you can enjoy it, and when it goes, you can accept that it's leaving.
Yeah, I mean the main way you know you're not attached to something is if it disappears and you're pretty okay with it.
Right.
Um,
Occupied. Occupied. I'm in here. Sorry, I'll just be a sec. I'm filming a podcast.
How y'all get in here anyway?
What's that? I got a key from Miss Borelli. Thank you. That's never happened before.
it happened last time.
Actually, yeah. Nobody's ever like actually opened the door.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people have knocked. A lot of people have tried. Honestly, I understand why. That looks very suspicious. We're getting a reputation, maybe. Oh my god. Where were we?
Is there anything that's valuable to be attached to? I mean, it's a personal choice, but I'd say no. Yeah, I think you can enjoy stuff without being attached to it. Some things you can't, like winning.
Right.
I don't think you can enjoy winning without being attached to the idea of winning.
Right.
It's pretty hard. Like if you don't care about the outcome of the game.
Then why would you ever try?
Yeah. Well, no, I think you can still enjoy the game and you can still try.
Okay.
I don't think you would care about the outcome. If you don't care about the outcome, why do you get excited when there's a certain that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But I think my point is like you can still play the game and enjoy it even if you don't care about the outcome.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What about like really basic human tendencies, like having a partner or something like that? I mean, isn't that difficult to be
I was
distant from?
I was thinking about that recently. I honestly don't know, because that is just sort of
That's the embodiment
raw
of attachment.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some psychological theory on detached love, and there's like literature on it, but I don't know if it's a real thing or people are just trying to sound fancy. That you don't care when they leave, but I don't know if I could really imagine that. That seems kind of contradictory, and I think most people would rather have, loved and lost than never
Right.
loved at all.
I mean, is it possible to like love somebody, but then like when they leave your life, or like acknowledge that when they leave your life, or that they will leave your life, like it will be okay? Or in other words, like, can you love somebody but also like accept that to love is to lose?
Yeah, it's a good question. I honestly don't think I have an answer.
Yeah.
You can definitely be more or less attached.
Mhm.
So the question is, how far does that go? How
Yeah.
detached can you be?
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't have an answer. I don't have an answer for that question
Yeah,
either.
dude, I have no fucking idea. I mean, it's really tough. I was saying recently to a couple friends that I could see myself end up being like, I could see myself ending up alone, like never marrying,
Right.
Whatever. And they were like, "That's so sad." And I was like, "No."
Is it that sad?
I don't know. I mean, it might be sad for them, but it's just not sad for me. Right now, I'm not with anyone, and I'm really happy.
Right.
There's some people who really want to be with someone, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Good for them, and they should be. But I'm good right now.
Honestly, that's completely valid. I think that like maybe like for me personally, I think life becomes a bit more meaningful when you like spend a lot of time with like one person and you get to know somebody. But like also then there's that argument of like, oh well, if they're gonna leave eventually, why bother, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just if they're gonna leave eventually, why bother? I think there's a good argument to make for bothering, because the happiness that you get and the meaning that you get from being with them is probably more than the sorrow of when they leave.
Right.
Like in total.
Right.
But I think there's a lot of anxiety and stress and anguish that people go through even while they're there, while they have something,
Right.
just because they're afraid of losing it or it's not
Right.
the way they want it to be.
Right.
Which I think is unnecessary.
You think it's unnecessary?
No, I think it's preventable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an interesting theory. I definitely understand like where you're coming from. I'm just trying to like think. I'm trying to form my own opinion about that because I haven't really. I mean, I thought about that somewhat, but.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like. I feel like there's levels to it. Like, how much are you willing to like go through for somebody else, and like. Honestly, like at some point you have to put yourself first. I think, but like also, being able to forgive and being able to, be with another person and love them even with their flaws is like also a really important part of it. So I don't really know.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think we've like done studies on this. There's this thing called healthy attachment or secure attachment styles,
Mm-hmm.
where two people with secure attachment styles can be in a relationship and just sort of like be happy,
Right.
and it's just good for them. Their happiness increases, their health it gets better. It can just be like a straight up good thing.
Right.
I guess my question is whether it can be better. Yeah, I don't think it's bad necessarily to have healthy attachment, but I wonder if you could have a detached love, or if that's just sort of a buzzword that psychologists used in the 1970s.
Yeah, that's that's a really interesting conversation. Definitely. I don't know the answer to that question. Maybe you do, but it's hard to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, sure. Anything. I mean, did you have any questions about any of the three things that I think I might be known for.
Huh. I mean, let's see. Normally, okay, I have to be honest, the model of this podcast is to start out with that question and then have it go into something completely unrelated, which, wasn't the model when I started it because I thought that we would be able to stick to like one conversation. Then I soon realized that it's more interesting if you just go off on your own thing, or like it's more enjoyable. Maybe not for the viewer, but
Yeah, I mean, if you give the guest free range.
free range, yeah. So I mean, honestly, I don't really worry too much about the initial question. I mean, is there something? Actually, a good question would be: is there something that you want to be known for at WJ? I mean, I guess we just talked about being detached from everything,
No.
so probably not.
Let me think. Yeah, I would. Okay, I have two answers to this. My one answer is that I think you cause yourself a lot of suffering if you want to be known for something.
Right.
If you care about the label that others give you, or even that you give you, or if
Right.
you give yourself a label.
Yeah.
My other answer is that, I mean, there is something I would like to be known for, I guess. Although I think I shouldn't want to be. But I
Right.
acknowledge that it's there. I would like to be known for, this might sound cringe, but just like being a nice person. Because I
No.
used to be a really shitty person.
Okay.
So,
Sorry, occupied. Yep. Okay. Anyway, we were delving deep into the trauma of your past
Yeah.
when somebody interrupted our conversation.
man bathroom sesh with the
I know.
camera.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
You were saying that I mean, that's not cringy at all. I'd love to be known I'd love to be known as a nice person. And I
Yeah.
think most people do. And you said before you were kind of like a shitty guy, and then now you've become a bit better?
Yeah, I would say I've become better, just matured, I guess.
Right.
My social skills have gotten better.
Yeah.
I've become less miserable.
Yeah,
Like I used to just sort of be sort of depressed and hate my life.
Right.
But
And now you're
it's
better.
changed. Yeah.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
great.
And it's sort of a feedback loop there with improving social skills and then gaining friends and then more happy.
Right.
So,
Finding the right friends.
yeah, exactly. But if you have more friends, you have like a better temperament.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But that is attachment.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
I realize that.
So maybe it's not always a bad thing.
Yeah, there's this analogy I once heard from a monk.
In
about-
person or?
No,
Okay.
he's dead.
Oh.
Yeah, he actually died recently, like a few years ago.
Okay.
In the span of like all the monks that he was
You're right.
So, if you try to detach from everything, you're still attached to the idea of detachment. So the final thing you have to detach from is the idea of detachment, which sounds really trippy, and it is. It's weird.
Right.
But he analogized it to like a match that you light to burn something else, and then it burns itself.
Right. That's interesting.
Which, I mean, I'm not sure if it even is possible to detach from the idea of detachment. It might just be the case that you can't detach from everything.
Yeah.
But I think in general, detachment's good for mental health.
Yeah.
So,
Huh.
yeah.
That's really interesting. I mean, I guess we're kind of delving a bit deeper into like, is it possible to detach from everything? And I mean, we just talked about you've become a much healthier person by being attached to things, or some things that are important.
I don't know. Honestly, I think a big part of it was just sort of growing up.
Right. That is interesting. I feel like it's kind of like inverse bell curve. Like you start off like happy because you're a little kid, and then you get into like 12 to whatever.
Dude, middle schoolers
Middle
are
schoolers.
terrible.
Oh my
I
God.
hated, but I was self-aware. I hated middle schoolers when I was in middle school,
Right.
and myself. So like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean you got it
Yeah,
covered.
yeah.
And then like once you grow up, like I think things generally like they make more sense when you grow up.
I think
And
that's
hope so.
also there also is like a reverse bell curve with, or I guess a normal bell curve with embarrassment. Like, just even with language we use, like I'll call things silly and goofy.
Right.
I think I might have killed myself if I said that in 6th grade.
Right. Right.
But I have more freedom because I can say what I want and not care as much about what people think.
Right.
Yeah, middle school is brutal. But I didn't have that bell curve. I had sort of I was like unhappy as a child and unhappy in middle school, and then I'm
Okay.
happier.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's good. I mean,
I might write my college essay about that. I have no idea what I'm gonna write it about. What did you write?
about my
Yeah,
college
personal.
essay, the Comnap one.
Yeah.
I wrote a blog about this made-up character. Actually, this is kind of interesting because it's kind of like creating. It's like being attached to something that doesn't exist at all. Which is that I created this person basically. To everybody else, it sounds stupid, but to me, like it's kind of interesting because I created this person online, like not as a stalker, not in a creepy way, just like in a funny way. And then I like wrote a blog from his perspective about his life and like his experiences, and then and I realized something, which was that he was kind of like a reflection of me, even though the goal was to make him not at all like me. And that's kind of what I wrote about. So I wrote about creating that character and how I discovered that he was actually a reflection of myself and how he taught me about myself, which is kind of cool.
That's cool. That's interesting. I have no idea. I've led a pretty boring life. Oh yeah, I was saying I might write it about how I'm not nostalgic for when I was a kid. I feel like it's a common thing to be nostalgic for the
Right.
sort of fun and innocent joy you had when you were a kid. I wasn't like that. Which it's kind of true of all nostalgia. If you actually think about how you felt, it's very different than
Right.
how you remember it in the abstract.
Right.
But when I think back to when I was like 5 or 6 or 7,
We're cutting that laugh out, by the way.
I was just, I was not happy. I was miserable because I had like undiagnosed depression.
Right.
So I might write it about that, but I'm not sure what else I would say. And it's kind of, I don't really care about that. It's not very interesting to me. I want to do
Yeah.
something that I find interesting.
That's the problem, is that I always like with stuff for colleges, I always feel like I need to tailor it to this perspective of the admissions officer, when really I want to write it my own way.
Yeah.
And I feel like it would always be better if you write it your own way, but then that's not what they want to see according to blah 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 and this blah blah blah, you know?
Yeah.
It's a difficult balance to strike between
Yeah.
doing what you want to do and doing what they want to see.
Definitely. I also have this issue like in English class where I want to write something that I feel satisfied with.
Right.
But I oftentimes just can't do that with the information provided.
Okay.
Or with the text or whatever.
Right.
Which, I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But,
Are you saying like you're given a passage? Are you in lit?
like,
Ling? Okay.
yeah.
Wait, are you a junior?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a junior. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, if I was a senior, I would hope I would know what I want my personal essay to be about.
Yeah, I know. I was.
Yeah, it'd be pretty concerning.
Yeah, I was like, hold on. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. I mean, it's good that you're thinking about this kind of early. My whole perspective about you just shifted slightly. Now I'm thinking about, okay, so, I mean, I didn't even know what I was gonna write about in junior year, so don't worry. You have plenty of time to figure it out.
Yeah.
All that stuff, you have plenty of time. But, I mean, really, it's up to you. I mean, what's something important to you? That's the most important thing, is that you're able to write about it and you're able to show them that it's important to you?
I honestly don't spend that much time thinking about that. I try not to.
Right.
Because I want to like detach from things.
This could be a
yeah.
really opening line. Is that this is your college essay? And it's I was trying to think of a good topic to write for the college essay, but then I remembered, I try really hard to become detached. I really struggle because I try really hard to become detached from things, and then boom, you roll into that. Anyway, that's a good starting.
That could work. I could write something about trying to be detached and my experiences with meditation and stuff.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Is that important to you?
I value it, I guess. I think it's important, like, morally.
Right.
I don't know. It is important to me. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool sometimes. Usually it's just frustrating.
Right.
But sometimes it's cool.
Yeah.
The other week, like last week, I think on Thursday or Wednesday, I was meditating during lunch under my tree. And I had this like great experience that I can't put into words, but I was focusing on my breath, and it's really difficult to do because have you ever meditated?
I've tried before, but it is hard.
Yeah. What was the main difficulty?
For me it was I was thinking about quieting my mind. Again, coming back to the match that burns itself. I was thinking about quieting my mind, and in thinking about that, I couldn't quiet my mind.
Yeah, you think about thinking, or think about not thinking when you're supposed to be not thinking.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's like 80% of what I do when I meditate.
Yeah.
The idea is for it to be zero, of course.
Of course.
But I reached a state for like a few seconds where I was actually just focusing on my breath. I didn't have any thoughts. And it felt like the barrier between my self and my breath dissolved, or between my attention and my breath. Like the thing I was focusing on became, it just sort of mixed with my self.
Okay.
Which felt really weird. It was cool. I don't know if I could write an essay about that though.
I mean, it's interesting to me.
Maybe if I go really hardcore this summer, I go like
You go to a
Monastery
Buddhist
in
temple,
Thailand.
yeah, deep into the forest, and have you ever seen Incantation?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it can be hardcore. They beat you with sticks sometimes.
Huh. That would be a great college essay topic. That would suck to do, but I think that would be a great college essay topic.
Yeah. It might be interesting. Who knows?
Who knows?
What else is important to me? I guess politics is very important to me. I was talking about this yesterday, or the day before. There's some people who do like student government, and you can tell it's college farming, and they don't actually care.
Right.
Because they don't ever get involved in real politics.
Right.
If you wanted to change the world, if you wanted to make people's lives better, you wouldn't just do like student government. You wouldn't just do things related to your school. You would also do like politics in the greater, world. But there's some people who never do that and who exclusively do student government stuff.
Right.
Which looks a lot like college farming.
Yeah.
And I think it is. But I'm kind of the opposite, I guess. I don't care at all about student government, and I care about
making people's lives better.
Yeah.
Or politics.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it be. That's interesting. Okay.
Maybe.
I mean, out of those ideas, which one do you like the best?
I don't like any of them.
You don't like any of them?
Not at all, not really.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very hard to come to a decision on that. But
Yeah. I actually had a counselor, somebody that my mom hired to help me figure it out. So that was helpful, actually.
Yeah.
Like a second opinion to kind of like show you what colleges want to see, so I could focus more on what I wanted to write, and then she could direct my like content to form it into something that colleges wanted to see.
That sounds useful. That
Yeah.
sounds useful.
So
I think I'm getting one of those. I like exclusively asked my parents not to get me a college counselor. And
Right.
someday they were like, "Hey, you have a meeting on Tuesday." Okay. I mean, he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
yeah, I mean, essentially, don't worry. I mean, you're still a junior, so
Yeah, my grades
You
are
have-
good, but
yeah, maybe. You know what? At least you're not getting a semester B in comp sci.
Yeah.
Principles, by the way. Comp sci principles.
yeah. How did that happen? What?
Well, basically, I was like, all of my problems about grades are related to overconfidence, and it's, first, like I said, first quarter I got like 95. I was like, oh my god, it's so easy. This class is so easy. There's no way I'll be struggling in this end of second quarter, and then here I am. Really, essentially, what happened was I, like, aced the unit test.
Yeah.
Like that went into the second quarter, and then I just like didn't do my work for like probably 3 weeks. I didn't do my work, and like I half-assed all task assignments, and then I was like, holy shit, I need to get my shit together because I'm gonna get a B in this class. And then I've been pulling it back a little bit, but it's so painful to be one all test point. I mean, and to be honest with you, it's kind of deserved. It is kind of deserved.
Yeah, that's the issue I struggle with. Is I can't see myself really going to some teachers about changing my grade because I did it to myself.
Right.
So there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's okay, you know what? It's fine.
Do you have a good? Well, you already applied to.
I already applied to some.
Some.
I don't know if you might know how it works, but like the early action and
Yeah.
then the regular decision, right? So I applied to some early action schools, so that doesn't even matter now.
What's your top school?
Oh boy, Northwestern, but like, I'm not gonna get in that. And you know, it's something I realized, and this is maybe good advice for you when you're applying to college, is that
Yeah.
all of high school, and I know you don't really care about this that much, but in all of high school, the students are always like looking at their top school, like, oh my god, I'm gonna work really hard so I can have a shot at this school. I'm gonna get into the school. I'm gonna achieve my dreams. Really, what I realized was, I mean, for me, even if you get into this school, like, even if you work really hard throughout high school and get into this school, it's just expensive. Like, nobody's like Northwestern, like, this is an example, but like Northwestern, okay, extremely hard to get into. I am not like the best student at WJ. Like, that's literally what it would require, is to be like one of the best students at WJ, which is a ridiculous thing to require of yourself. And then, so because I'm not one of the best students, or you know, even if I like get accepted, I will still be paying like what, $90,000 a year.
Yeah, that's
Like,
insane.
So something I realized was like, okay, we build ourselves up about like doing, I mean I did at least, like getting into these crazy good schools, and then like really what I realized was it's never gonna be, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. And there's always a million schools that are like good schools, and they like don't cost that much money,
Yeah, definitely.
and you can succeed from them, so.
And with what would be considered like average grades at WJ, maybe not WJ, but in like the higher grade circles at WJ,
Right.
You could get like a full ride to like fucking University of Alabama.
Exactly.
It's like
Exactly.
my uncle, he went to some college in Florida, and they gave him a full ride plus tuition. They covered tuition for law school or master's.
Yeah.
His master's degree. I don't know. But that's just because he got like straight A's in high school.
Yeah.
And their bar was really low.
I feel like we've all been programmed to like think this particular way about getting into college, and in reality, like, is that always true? I mean, there's truth to it for sure, but it's not always true. So
Yeah, definitely. And at the end of the day, a lot of the schools are kind of just like the same.
yeah,
Like,
exactly right.
It's not that.
It's funny because it's like there's that like top 5%, which is like really has a different job outcome if you go to, and that's great if you go to it, and if you want to pay $90,000 a year to go to that, and then like you get to this like point where it's like these nice private universities like charge a lot of money, and like they're really like, oh sure, maybe they're a bit better, but it all like blends into the same category
Yeah,
of the bell curve. Coming back to the bell curve.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a lot of propaganda.
Yeah.
From colleges.
Exactly right. Okay. We should probably cut it off because we're at 51. But again, thank you for this amazing part 2. Even better than part 1, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get interrupted by the camera.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We just got interrupted by a security guard.
Yeah, I mean,
That's fine.
you know.
Things happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he's waiting outside with handcuffs, don't. It's not my fault. Will, thank you for a great episode.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Do you want to say something to like say goodbye to the 10 viewers that I have?
Next time you're in a locked bathroom with another man and a camera, stay there.